As of now, Content Cop, 3.2 million views in one day. Content Nuke, 3.3 million views all time. Yeah, that means that it has more than 3.2 million views in one day because YouTube doesn't show the actual views. I saw that though, yeah. If it says 3.2, that means it's probably 3.4 at this point. Because YouTube doesn't show the actual view count instantly. Especially when a video's out in the first 24 hours. It takes a while for it to catch up. React to it, please. I did. Kind of sounds like Trump pumping up your view numbers. Wait, what? My view numbers? It's not my video. What chances do you think the Green Party will have breaking through Canada's election this month? I don't know. Lol at Hasan needing view pumping? Yeah. Did that change on YouTube? I know it was a thing, but I thought it was only for like the first 4 hours. Yeah. Not only did I watch it, come on, bro, it's basically your video, lol. I don't know why you're saying that, because if it was my video, I would have hyper-focused, laser-focused on just the politics of it all, for the record. As I have covered Ethan Klein's insane extended crash out over the course of the past couple of months, and every single time I did, I hyper-focused either on quickly talking about whatever kind of slanderous statement he was making about me, and then moving on to issues that actually matter, which is issues that pertain to the politics of it all. That's what I care about. That's what I do. This was D's framing, and likely why people are coming in here saying that. His viewers are saying you paid to commission the video. Yeah, definitely. It's good that this to me implies that the haters have reached a new level of copium if they're simply engaging in QAnon-style conspiracies again to suspect that I paid Idubbz to make this video. The video was about friendship and a bunch of people are just inserting themselves in the conversation. Yeah, for many, it's more. It's more than that. For a lot of Idubbz former fans, this video is just another moment where Idubbz is turning into DEI Dubs. You know, he's woke now. He's just completely captured. There's an order of priority for right-wing reactionaries online. It's just about who they resent more, right? I'm the number one enemy. Ethan used to be the number one enemy for a lot of them. I have become the number one enemy for many of them, which is why they will lend support to Ethan strategically while still saying he sucks. Okay? And this, for many of Idubbz's former fans, fallen fans, was a horrible moment because they don't really like Ethan either, but they certainly hate me and, you know, Brogan and Denims and all these other like usual villains of the Keemstar Orbiter drama slop tubers. So it is a collection of some of the worst parts of the internet coming together to be like, this sucks actually. But I think a lot of normies, they probably look at this and they're like, oh, XQC watched it and was on Ethan Klein's side. Yeah, that's not even remotely shocking. That's the least shocking thing I've ever heard. Again, XQC's order of priority is fuck Hasan. That's at the tip. That's at the top. So if someone is doing fuck Hasan, he's not going to, like, he'll maybe be a little bit critical, but he'll jump on the fuck Hasan ship. The sheer Cove and the Cult's kind of fun to watch. Apparently hitting 3 million views in a day is doing poorly. I think that the concept of like content cop and call out videos like this are a remnant of an old internet. That's just the unfortunate reality. I think most people just know how their favorite content creators are and they don't give a shit. And the reality of the matter is, like, even with someone like myself, right? There is an endless sea of misinformation that people have pumped out there that has created this idea that I'm like a arch villain, right? Just a bad person who doesn't care about the issues he speaks on, grifter, yada, yada, yada. And of course, people that want to make up their own minds can come here and you know, look into it on their own. But for many people, even like truly evil content creators that do awful shit, truly awful shit, their audiences don't really care. Like there's nothing that will shake away people's support. Maybe you can maybe you can chip away at some of those in the margins, but that's it. I care. I used to be an Asman fan before he fell off the cliff. Yeah, I mean, that happens. There's still people that, again, there's still people that are independent thinkers, people that choose to make up their own minds that are being manipulated by some of the dumbest people that you've ever encountered, that lay out a convincing argument by rehashing shit that they saw on subreddits, right? Just basically repeating Reddit comments and then slapping that together and being like, well, this is my well-sourced YouTube essay. They are perma-stuck calling you a terrorist, so that makes people curious. Yeah. Do you think the video will make Ethan rethink some things? I would be shocked. Genuinely shocked. If you listen to the Steiny app, he brings up Ethan, I think, towards the end. And he's like, can there ever be reconciliation? And I basically said, like, he would have to apologize for all of the things that he's done. He'd have to, like, look within. And he literally laughed at that. He was like, that's not going to happen. So, anyway. The entire reason I'm here is because someone hated on you one time, and instead of watching the 5 out of context clips in the Discord, I came here and sat for a stream. Almost a year later, I'm basically here every day. The ironic thing is people who posted those clips probably would agree with a lot of what you would have to say if they actually would just watch you for an hour. I know. Yeah, 100%. That's why I try to uncompromisingly keep doing what I'm doing with the hopes that, with the belief, maybe it's naivete, but the belief that like people will maybe by accident, by choice, maybe will come in here and make up their own minds, even if the well has been poisoned long before they ever encounter my content, without a filter that says this is the worst evil villain of all time. You said, bro, people hate watch you all the time. No, I know that. I'm saying that there's only so much hate watching you can do before you realize, like, what the am I doing? Like, what am I doing? This person I don't think is the evil villain that I think he is. You know? I think there are plenty of people in here that also came in with that motivation and then had their minds changed too. By the way, E yesterday said that he never said that you are anti-Semitic, but you spread propaganda around anti-Semitism, Lamau. Dog, he's literally called me a terrorist supporter and an anti-Semite numerous times. That's so crazy. The crew told E to never say never. Wait, he played the semantics card. E literally says shit and completely forgets the next day. I think he just has an unlimited faucet of calling whoever he is branded an enemy virtually every smear under the sun. His sub says they want to deport you to El Salvador. Please send me that link. That's really funny. There ain't no way. Yeah, he said that, and then he unpaused the video from Idubbz, and in the video, Idubbz showed him a clip of you calling him. No. Okay, send me the link to this. I gotta see this. He said that, and then he unpaused the video from Idubbz, and then the video Idubbz showed a clip of him calling you an anti-Semite. That's hilarious. Dude, what are we doing? It's like a 40-year-old man with multiple children that is just the most childish person you ever met. Like, no self-control, no self-restraint whatsoever. But because he's rich, he's like surrounded by other adults who constantly have to nanny him. Is this it?
I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist.
That's not what I accused you of, but go on. Keep straw manning what I said. Co-signed by Ian.
I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true.
Didn't call you a vicious anti-Semite.
Well, never say never.
Well, I think he's. I think he's.
You've definitely called him an anti-Semite many times.
Vicious is different. I think.
Dude, hey yo, that's crazy. You're on crack cocaine if you can get away with saying that. Oh my God.
I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't think he does it intentionally.
I'm just saying.
What?
I think you said raging.
Yeah, raging.
I don't remember.
You maybe never used vicious specific.
I don't think I've ever said, like, I don't think he consciously hates Jewish people. I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't even, but I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think I am, but it doesn't really matter.
That'll end up being the next clip that plays.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. It's fine.
I'm just saying, never say never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally.
Why? What? Are we actually doing this frat bro thing? This is the cutting This is the cutting.
Dude, he just backtracked on the numerous times he's actually called me anti-Semitic, recognizing that it's a false statement in this very moment when he's getting called out for it. Then went, what? Are we doing this rappo? Dude, Ethan Klein loves talking about people's looks. That's like his number one thing that he loves to do. He calls everybody ugly and fat all the time in the most Mean Girls way possible. And I can't on him too much for that. I do it too sometimes. You know, I call a succulent, porky looking cop a pig. You know, I'll fat shame a fat cop sometimes. You know, I've done my fair share of this. Or when Marco Rubio's earlobes have their own gravitational pull, right? Having said that, however, the reason why I specifically said, Ethan, you are more handsome than me, both mentally and physically, is a joke. Which is, again, I know for Ethan that's weird because he thinks a joke is when he just falsely smears someone as a pedophile or like a neo-Nazi. That's what he thinks a joke is. When he goes on like a vicious smear campaign, that's the only thing that he thinks is a joke. Everything else is like, I don't understand. But the reason why I made that joke is because he constantly talks about the way I look. It's weird as why you lie to Ethan Law? That's why. That's the joke. The joke is Ethan is right about every statement he's made.
Edge criticism that Hasan's hotter than me? Are we actually doing this?
Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally.
What? You can say you're smarter than me. I don't care about that. But like, why are you doing the like, I'm hot and you're not? Like, what is this?
I don't think he
What is this? Holy shit, bro. By the way, he still hasn't watched the content nuke. I guarantee it. The content puke.
Been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know?
Okay. There you go. You debunked.
I think he's referencing the post of him in the tub because in that post you talked about his glasses. I was wondering if that's what
I think he told me at one point. I mean, he might have both. But no, I'm 100% sure that.
I told him that my glasses were fake? Bro, what is this man doing? Dude, please just stop lying for like 1 second, dude. There's no way. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude.
One time he came on Leftovers and he was wearing unprescription glasses.
That's
100%. So I mean, like he might have both, or maybe his vision.
I just remember the last
worsened since then.
episode.
I don't know.
I remember the last episode. He said he didn't have his on him. Maybe that's what you're referring to. He said he couldn't see the screen. The last episode of.
No, I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to something else. But I mean, fine. You got me on the glasses thing. Owned, I guess.
Everything. How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
This intro goes kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, especially when the music kicks in. Like this, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I felt like this intro, like Ian cooked on this.
Wakey, Ethan.
Like it gets real corny, but this part is hard.
Bro, what? I cannot believe what I'm seeing. This is
no, they like it.
I can't
Oh no, the crew likes it.
do it. I'm to be awake. Did you tell him to say he's hotter than me? Was that your line? I think it probably was. Okay.
Ethan! Wake up, Ethan! This is no longer a dream. This is
Denims, who, once again, aligning himself with.
Sean Denim say there's more footage, release the bloopers, Idubbz. Dude, yeah, that was a one take Jake, by the way. I did the wake up Ethan. One shot at it, dude. The boy could be an actor, you know what I mean?
Denims, who literally calls my wife a baby killer, amongst other insane, terrible things.
All right, he's just like, dude, this is such a funny way to react to this. Like, yeah, I pause a lot. Okay, when I react to shit, I pause a lot. But goddamn, dude, this literally took 3 hours, it seems, to go through 10 minutes of the 10 minutes. E-fans went full circle. Keem gets it. Couldn't have said it any better myself. 2,000 upvotes. They've changed their stance on calling it a genocide too.
Not defending what Israel did in Gaza since October 7th. Like the way they handled that has just been awful.
Yeah.
And I don't even have words. You know, we've
Well,
never
there is one word, genocide. That's a good word for it.
once defended what happened there.
I mean, I've even
It
been
still
like,
is happening.
I've even been like, yeah. I mean, I think I've even called it a genocide, and I can definitely understand. I definitely think it might be. You know, it depends on. I don't need to keep continually.
Wait, what?
One sec. Yeah, it's fine. We're just having a side combo, but it's fine. One sec.
Ethan Klein is awkwardly silent when his wife, Hila Klein, the reader of Ramallah, DMs him to correct him on the use of the word genocide to describe what Israel's doing to Palestinians. What the is happening on this? What is happening on this podcast? No, there's no way. You guys don't know if he's DMing Hila or not. No, you don't know. You don't know what this message is about. You don't know what the.
Anyway, I'm not talking about Gaza, right? I'm talking about Tel Aviv.
No, you guys have no idea. I mean, it's weird, but you have no idea who is having a conversation with what. Look at the wide shot. There's no way. We've literally been right about literally everything almost 2 years, and you've been wrong. No, that's fair. But I just don't know, and neither do you. You skipped over the best part. You need to go back to the beginning of when he saw you pop up. I'm being so real. What is it? 1-3-52.
What's up, everybody? I'm hasanpiker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and
It is a
MBs.
cloudy day in Los Angeles.
That's my line.
Wait,
I'm having a fantastic one because
Wait,
today's
is
a
this
beautiful
live?
day.
By the way, Hasan literally goes and talks about how I'm obsessed with him and I can't talk about him, and I can't stop talking about him. And this is what he's working on in the while he's complaining about that.
He disliked it. Dude, when did you record this? Keep going. He loses it when he sees Frogan. Bro, I can't watch it because he just like keeps pausing, dude. He keeps pausing. Also, the reaction to Frogan by everyone, including XQC, is so gross, dude. Straight up. You're gross. That's all it is. Everybody acts like Frogan is the Antichrist, okay? And it's so transparent what these losers are doing. Like, you can have disagreements with Frogan if you want, but god damn, everyone is immediately like, their reaction is so visceral. It's so goddamn visceral. Like, give me a break, dude. This shit is so normalized. Like, Asmongold, XQC, I saw some of them go viral too. It's like, yeah, bro, she's hijabi. I know. And don't even for a moment act like that does not contribute to this. They will say, oh, it's because we hate her opinions. Like, no, you reacted that way specifically for a very specific purpose, bro. I hate this. I hate this so much. But it's not necessarily that I hate the reaction, and I think it's more so that it's so normalized to behave this way. It really grosses me out. And I know people will try to do the, wow, you're so ruthless for calling out the Islamophobia here and calling out the racism here. I wasn't being racist, and then fight tooth and nail. But it's gross as okay? That wasn't the part I was talking about, bro. Keep watching until you bring up the content nuke to see his reaction. I don't care about Ethan's reaction. I don't even want to see it anymore. I'm so pissed off. What are we doing? Like, what the are we doing? How are we so goddamn cruel? You know what I mean? How is that allowed? How do other people in the community don't check these people? You know what I mean? Why is that appropriate? Why is that in any way, shape, or form appropriate? Like, that's a peer, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry she doesn't have 30,000 live concurrent viewers. Maybe then you would suck up to her and respect her. Gross, dude. Not only is that gross, but I know how vicious people get. She's a woman. She's loud. She loves drama. And she's a hijabi. And she's Muslim. Yeah, she's a Muslim and also visibly Muslim. Just like the quintuple Monty. One of the most upvoted comments was calling it a token hijabi. Yeah. I wonder why there aren't that many prominent hijabi content creators, especially in this space, given how gross and vicious we are to anyone who's like visibly Muslim. Jesus Christ. That's why I get stoked on people like Agent. Like, I love that Agent is unashamed and uncompromising and is just himself, and he'll bust out the prayer rug and talk about it and doesn't have an issue with it, and nobody can talk you know what I mean? Like, that kind of representation does go a long way, especially when the market is flooded with people who are just so shamelessly and so unapologetically gross to Muslim people, especially Muslim women. They're gross to women in general, but especially as a Muslim woman, this shit pisses me off so much. Gross. Yeah, I mean, look, if you told me 10 years ago I'd agree with Keemstar, I'd laugh. Keem's reaction to the intro is everything. Keem gets it. Top of show, Ethan expressed sympathy for his enemy. Keem's tragic loss, instantly betrayed by his old friend. You know, it's gotten to a point where Keem is calling out Ian's. Yeah, you'll never understand what point you've gotten to, because even this is not a wake-up call for you. Even if, like, the very fact that every single Keemstar orbiter, drama, slop tuber, commentary, I'm actually a centrist, but deep down inside, I just love saying slurs ass dude on YouTube is in defense and taking Ethan's side on this. And these guys think that they're progressive, and they're just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is it like that every single person that Ethan used to dunk on, for being right-wing, reactionary, silly, dumb, problematic, whatever, is now on board with this? I wonder if there's a reason. Anyway, honestly, Frogan is like really cool, and it's weird the H3 community girly pops who technically have more in common with her than most people on the internet engage with this shit. So weird. I know. I don't know how they lost their minds so goddamn hard. A lot of people talk about Muslim women oppressed when they have insanely disgusting to non-Muslim women, but even more to Muslim women. Exactly. I think the right-wing reaction to hijabi is the most trigger snowflake behavior of all time. Yeah. Look, it's something that really pisses me off. So I can't even entertain it in that way. I should be able to just like deflect. But it just, God, it's more so how normalized it is. Like how normalized it is. Also, apparently, what is this? Keemstar allegedly solicited news from his former employee while she was drunk. Fantastic ally that they have. I don't know what happened here. Keemstar worried about the call leaking and having shit get exposed. Apparently, Hasan Piker's been at P. Diddy parties. What the f? Submitted an hour ago, 102 comments? What is going on? No, I've never been to a P. Diddy party. What the f are these losers saying? The f? By the way, not brigaded by Destiny's community once again. It's even more insane than you think. I don't know. I don't even want to know, to be honest. Jesus Christ. What is this? Feels so silly. A 20-year-old thought Diddy was cool in 2012. This is an outrage. Hey, Hasan the Hun, we appreciate you purchasing our software to delete these tweets, but we really would prefer if you just don't exploit women instead. We're going to go ahead and refund you. What? I would love to hang in Diddy's Ciroc entourage and trickle down bang anything thrown in his way. 20th of December, 2012. JK, Hasan is too cheap to buy our software. He must have manually deleted that the second the Diddy news hit Lamau. What? Isn't this Redact the company that is owned by Dan Saltman, who literally got investments from P. Diddy, and then his initial software company, Tiny Chat, was indicted by the FBI and investigated by the FBI for being a network for child pornography? What? Also, there's so many aspects of this that I'm so confused by. First of all, I don't even remember tweeting this, let alone deleting it. It's from 2012. I was like 20. You think I was going to Diddy parties in New Jersey? Are you that stupid? Like P. Diddy was like calling me up and being like, hey man, I know you're on the come up one day. Not only that, but also, why would you literally turn around and be like, hey, I love Israel so much that I, a person who has direct associations with P. Diddy, am going to burn my company that works as a software tool that mass deletes your posts. I'm going to burn my software company's reputation by saying falsely, because this didn't even happen. I never hired these services. I love Israel so much as a Diddy associate who loves Israel so much that I'm willing to burn the reputation of my company by faking that I will hold on to clients' former content that we technically delete to hold as blackmail. What was this? What? Are you denying going to a Diddy party? Of course I'm denying. This didn't happen. What are you talking about? Think. What the? This tweet doesn't even. This tweet doesn't even say what you think it says. If that's what you think, it's ironic because I broke up with someone over going to a Diddy party. But even then, I didn't know. I didn't even know that was. What do you call it? A thing that was happening back then. And that was even later. That was like, I don't know. Wait. Oh, yeah. Here it is. This is. Why is Keemstar's drama alert not addressing Dan working with Diddy, alleged pedophile? What are they trying to hide? New York's Tiny Chat raises $1.5 million from P. Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. Rumors swirl that Diddy and Ashton Kutcher used Tiny Chat to flirt with underage girls. He literally is the founder. That's crazy. What an incredible self-own. Clarify that it wasn't you that went to the Diddy party. No, my ex-girlfriend wanted to go to a Diddy party, and I was like, that's why we broke up. It's a funny story, but it doesn't matter.